Hi everyone, Ark here, and welcome to Ark's Thoughts Episode 3. Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you. Never thought I'd get a threequel. I think that's how the phrasing works, but who cares? So, the PlayStation event, PlayStation Play, whatever it is, I don't know, go look it up. Was earlier today. I would have done a video on it, but I was at work, like I always am. And by the time I'm recording this, it was a few hours ago to earlier this afternoon. By the time this goes live, Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, whichever one of those 2 days, it will have already passed by, and some of the already big news has gone on, and there are only three really big things I kind of want to talk about. Two of them are superhero games and one's a remake. And we all know where I'm going with this. So, in the pecking order, we have bottom, mid, top tier. We're going the bottom tier, and that's Wolverine, or Marvel's PS5 Wolverine. God, I'm really hoping that's kind of like an M-rated Wolverine game that kind of plays very similar to Devil May Cry or Metal Gear Rising. I'm more for it, hopefully playing like Devil May Cry. Because that would be really fun, because the X-Men Origins Wolverine game was a hell of a lot better than the movie. From what I've been told, I've never played the game and I've never watched the movie. And the only thing I can really say about the movie is that it introduced us Ryan Reynolds as being Deadpool. Or as I call him in Origins Wolverine, Barakapool. If you get that joke, you're one of my friends, or you know exactly what I'm talking about. Moving on. Shit. One more thing I want to talk about is, I really hope they get Steve Blum to be the voice of Wolverine. Or Mark Hamill. One of those two. And yes, Mark Hamill did voice Wolverine in one of the Wolverine games, or one of the old X-Men games from 2000, I think when X-Men 2 was about to come out. It's back in the early 2000s? I don't remember when. Yes, that was a thing. Look it up. But Steve Blum, definitely. Or if somehow they can get Hugh Jackman to do the voice. That'd be interesting too, but my money's on Steve Blum as Wolverine. Hasn't gone wrong since, and probably will never go wrong. Next up, Spider-Man 2. It's not Miles Morales. Well, he's going to be in the game. And thank God it's not like that non-canon one that we got last year. So what do I think of this? One, I hope it's got fucking co-op, because that'd be fun. Kind of like how Arkham Knight did it. And some sections where you had Nightwing and Robin kind of fighting with you, but they were controlled by a computer. So I'm really hoping it's like drop in, drop out co-op. Kind of like Dead Space 3. Though not shit. So, something like that. And that would be really fucking fun to see. And also, Kraven the Hunter coming in, who's not really a top tier villain, but we all know him from older Spider-Man games. And I think Steve Blum did voice him as well. I could be wrong on that, correct me in the comments. And of course, the big draw of the fucking show, Venom. God, I really hope we get the black suit, because we fucking didn't in the PS4 version. Or in the PS4 Spider-Man, which actually does make sense if you really think about it. Considering it, they teach the symbiote at the end of that game. I might play it on stream one day. I'm just gonna meme the shit out of it and play with the Raimi suit on. Because when the Raimi suit came out, all of us who were born before 2000 kind of put that suit on. And also the Raimi memers. So me and a lot of few million people use that suit and never takes it off. Yeah, we're all guilty of it. If we've all played. And I might play it on the channel one day. Probably next week. Or the week after. Or whenever I'm finished with my current run through. Might do it kind of like what I was doing with Ghost of Tsushima. And I might do that new Director's Cut edition. Don't know. If anyone would like to see that, put it in the comments below, and I'll definitely check that out when I get paid. Now, as for recording this in a few hours when I get paid. So yeah, and then the big draw of the show that I really want to talk about, and that I've been dancing around the bush, is Knights of the Old Republic once getting a fucking remaster. I'm just thinking to myself, holy fuck, it's happening. I mean, granted, we kinda had to wait 21 years for the Resident Evil 2 remake. That was pretty good. And then that exact same amount of time for the RE3 remake, which makes me cry. And really makes me want to play the original Resident Evil 3, even though I hate that fucking game. So, what do I hope for the KOTOR 1 remake? A lot of things. 1. Difficulty slider, because I have never beaten that game due to how fucking bullshit difficult it can fucking get after Terrace. Well, technically after Tatooine. Then again, you have to fight the Mandalorians, and everyone just goes for a melee build with when you get the lightsaber. So you pretty much just get just build as a melee, build a melee character at the start of the game, because you know blasters are going to be useless in about 2 to 3 hours if you're really taking your time, or if you're speedrunning about maybe an hour and a half, or if you're just wanting to get through the game as quick as possible, well, without min-maxing everything, about maybe an hour. So yeah, I really, really hope they do change that up a little bit, because everyone just goes melee build at the end. I mean, has anyone ever seen a blaster build beat KOTOR 1? If anyone has, please link me in the comments. I would love to see that. One thing I have a gripe about is that, from what I've been reading, it's a pseudo-timed exclusive. It's gonna be on PlayStation 5. And then the next day it's gonna be on PC. That's what I've been reading. I'm not entirely sure. Someone in the comments, please correct me if I'm wrong. Because there are only 3 ways to get a fucking PS5 anymore. Be a famous YouTuber. God, I wish. Rich. God, I wish. Or a scammer. Or scalper. I'm not an asshole. So, the first one, I'm halfway there. I'm a YouTuber. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please, the algorithm. Please. I'm begging you. Second is get rich and, pay the scalpers an exorbitant amount of money, and I'm constantly fucking broke because I'm because I have somewhat adult responsibilities and pay rent. I got 2 concerts to go to this month. So, I'm not gonna have any fucking money. An Aliens Fire Team was... I'll get to that in a future video. Let's just say, bad right now. God, I hope with patches it doesn't fucking crash. Anymore. Or not as much. Because I want to like it, but that's a topic for another day. So, with those, small little things, what major things do I want to see from the KOTOR 1 remake? 1, they make the long hair with the slight beard looking face. Just get Keanu Reeves. I mean, we've all memed that since the Old Republic Revan update a few years back. And it's pretty much widely accepted that Keanu Reeves as Darth Revan, or would be a good Darth Revan, so... I mean, he worked with Cyberpunk, so, probably wouldn't be too hard. Probably just have to pay him a good bit of money. So there's that. So that would just be for, like, the male characters. Or, have, like, a traditional character creator, kind of like in Fallout, in pretty much any Bethesda game. Okay, yeah, every Bethesda game that's come out after Oblivion. A revamped combat system. Kind of, instead of using the old Dungeons & Dragons D20 method, have it more kind of like Witcher 3 in Skyrim. To be, like a third-person kind of RPG. Okay, more akin to the Witcher games. So, definitely something like that would be a lot better than the D&D D20 system in the original and in KOTOR 2. So, something like that would be a massive fucking upgrade. 3 would be try and get as many original cast members as fucking possible. I mean, if you can't get one, but considering, like, some might be dead, some might not want to do the project, or they're just not available, get really good voice impressionists and more voice actors, because a lot of times you'll hear the same fucking voice actors over and over again. And just be like, oh, god damn it. And, you know, better face models. Or actually, more face models, now that I think about it. Because you would constantly see the same fuckers over and over again. I mean, granted, it did come out in 2003, and technology in 2003 wasn't that advanced, so yeah, they can do it now. So, any more would I want to see from KOTOR 1 Remake, other than the difficulty slider, because the game is bullshit hard? A revamped combat system that makes it feel more like the Witcher games, instead of Dungeons and Dragons, but more masochistic. Better character creator, maybe Keanu Reeves. Okay, well that one is just pretty much everyone in the Star Wars fandom. Okay, yeah, pretty much everyone. What else would I want to see? As many original voice actors as possible. You know, maybe kind of do something kind of like Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, where you can have the new graphics and then switch over to the old graphics. But just still kind of keep the combat system from the current remakes. Or just have a port of the original game. That works too. Really, that's just what I can really think of for KOTOR 1 Remake. And, you know, maybe have the Revan outfit as an unlockable, to where if you beat the game on the dark side ending as male, or technically as canon ending as the light side male, keep in Romance Bastila, you get the Revan armor. And, you know, I think, if memory serves me correctly, there was a DLC on the Xbox version, but you can't really get that because original Xbox servers have been kind of dead since 2010, or 2011. Oh god, it's been like 10 years. And then again, the classic Halo game servers are about to shut down in a few months, so in about 2 months as of recording, so Halo 3, ODST, Reach, Halo Wars 1, I think Halo 4, all those servers are getting shut down, and that makes me incredibly sad because I grew up on all those games. Well, okay, mainly ODST and Reach. I mean, kinda can't complain. You know, of growing up on the old Halos, but you know, that's still kind of sad. It's probably going to be like another Noble 14 situation again. But yeah. What do I want to see from the Wolverine game? M-rated hack and slash with Steve Blum as Wolverine. So kind of like Deadpool. Or kind of like the Deadpool game that came out like 9 years ago. That was kind of okay as a hack and slash and kind of a meh game if you really think about it. Or technically a better X-Men Origins Wolverine game, but with blood. And, okay, yeah, pretty much just that. And what I want from Spider-Man 2? Pretty much everything. Well, Spider-Man, or PS4 Spider-Man, or technically Marvel's Spider-Man? I don't know the fucking naming convention of that game anymore. So I think it's Marvel's Spider-Man. Pretty much everything from that game, but better. And keep the fucking Raimi suit. The Tobey Maguire suit. The Andrew Garfield suit and the Tom Holland suit. Tom Holland, yeah, you probably have to keep because No Way Home, or whatever it's fucking called, I don't remember. It's coming out later this year, and yeah, you bet your ass I'm gonna fucking see it. And I really hope Tobey Maguire's in it as just a meme. I mean, they got Alfred Molina, or Molina? However the fuck you pronounce his last name. As Doc Ock again. And possibly Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. I think so, because you kind of hear creepy Willem Dafoe laugh with the Goblin Bomb. Yeah, it's fucking Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin again. Maybe they get Topher Grace as Venom. And whoever played Sandman in Spider-Man 3. Who fucking knows? Maybe at the Sinister Six. I'm a comic nerd. And God damn it. You know, maybe a good Punisher movie with John Barenthal. Or however the fuck you pronounce his last name. Kind of like what the Netflix Punisher series was doing, but, you know, fucking better. And actually integrated with the MCU, but that's neither here nor there. And kind of like, and also bring Iron Fist and Luke Cage into it, but they're probably not going to do that, which makes me incredibly sad, especially as a Punisher fan, because my boy needs some fucking love. Well, kind of love you would give to gun-toting sociopath. Or, no, just a fucking violent vigilante. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, they referenced Daredevil a few times in Marvel Spider-Man, so maybe bring him in? Who knows? I mean, they had Wilson Fisk, or Kingpin, which I think that's one of Daredevil's main villains. I don't know much about Daredevil, so there's that. And, you know, maybe bring him in the MCU, but that's neither here nor there. Then again, the last two Marvel movies have been kind of shit. I mean, Black Widow didn't really do all that well, and that one Asian guy that Doctor Strange hangs out with, that one's not doing so hot. The new Spider-Man movie is going to be fucking good. I can just tell you now it's going to fucking sell at the box office. Like, I can already tell it's going to be good for the stockbrokers and all that shit. So yeah. And maybe with Marvel's Wolverine, they might have a fucking crossover. You know. That might be fucking interesting to kind of like tie the two together, make a Marvel game universe. The MGU instead of the MCU. And I hope they keep the fucking Raimi suit. But that's just me. KOTOR 1, I'm incredibly fucking hyped for. Though I don't have a PS5, and I don't know if I'll ever get one because it's kind of hard right now because I'm not a famous YouTuber, rich, and I'm not a scalper. And I really don't feel like delving into eBay to try and find one because it might be a few $1,000s, and I kind of don't have a few $1,000s. And I hope the combat systems like The Witcher, difficulty slider, more face models, traditional face customization or presets, kind of like Fallout and pretty much any Bethesda game at this point. And also, you know, maybe Keanu Reeves, but, you know, that might be hard to do considering how Cyberpunk went. I mean, still people thought, you know, Johnny Silverhand was one of the best parts about Cyberpunk, along with music. Yeah, I gotta admit, Refused did a pretty good job with the samurai tracks, and also shout out to my boy Blue Stolly, who was in there twice. Yeah, I'm not fucking joking. Look it up. And yeah, that's all I got to say. I know I went on some little side tangents, but these were my overall thoughts on the main big draws of the PlayStation event. So, bottom list, Wolverine. Really hope it's an M-rated hack and slash with Steve Blum as Wolverine, so basically just Devil May Cry with Wolverine. Spider-Man 2, hopefully co-op, more suits, symbiote suit. God, I hope Venom's a fucking monster. Well, he kind of is, but just terrifying to fight. Kind of like how he was in Ultimate Spider-Man. The game. And I really fucking love that game. And KOTOR 1, revamped combat system that's more akin to Witcher 3 and all the Witcher games. Difficulty slider, traditional face customization, Revan's suit to be an unlockable. Maybe some of the original voice actors come back. Who knows? I don't know. Don't know when that's coming out. Same with Wolverine. Spider-Man 2 is coming out in 2023, so in about 2 years from now, and hopefully when Red Scare Part 2 Biological Boogaloo is over. Anyways, that's all I've got to say. Hyped for all 3 of those games. Really hope they're good. And I might fucking cave in and buy a PS5 because 2 of them are going to be exclusive, and KOTOR 1 Remake is going to be a timed exclusive with PC within like the next week after it comes out. Don't know why Series X isn't getting it, because why the fuck not? Because they had the original version back in 2003 on Xbox. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Don't know why it wasn't on PS2. Probably because PS2 really couldn't process all the stuff that KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2 had. Those are really big games if you really think about it. They may be primitive of their time and barely take up any space on your hard drives, but back then, they were some powerhouses. Anyways, that's all I've got to say. Thank you all so much for watching. And, leave your comments below, like, sub, all that bullshit that the algorithm likes. And, yeah, that's about it. See ya.